No, she's there.
Oh,
No.
there we go. I want to get Miss T's take on this.
Got it.
There she is.
Hi.
What are you thinking, Miss T?
I was thinking, on top of all the wonderful things said, I kind of think it's reflective of their mindset in other countries and spaces across the board. Like, they're forward thinking. I remember going to Korea and we have nothing on their technology. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing on the thing they're doing. I think it's a mindset thing, and being open-minded and innovative, and not kind of like social media junkie kind of vibe that some other of us can give, you know what I mean, so to speak, and really locking in and really thinking about the future and creating solutions across finance, because, you know, it's not going right now. So I think that they just have that mindset to keep it going forward and to further innovate.
I agree with you, Miss T. And I remember when I traveled, I am not a seasoned traveler, guys. I've only been a few places. Hopefully one day I'll get to Australia and all these places. I would love to. But I was able to go to Costa Rica one time. And I remember traveling in their airport and going through the kiosks. And, you know, they had the facial scanners. This was years ago. They had the facial scanners with my passport. It reconciled against who I was. That was already in place. And here we're bitching about real ID now because, you know, it's being implemented. All these things are being, and it's like, this technology has already been out there. We as America, I remember it was probably 15 years ago, before Obama got in office. I did the background checks and I'd have to do the I-9 verifications. And years ago, they were supposed to, everything was going to be online. Everyone had to go through the LexisNexis system, and all of your passports are housed online electronically. And they were going to make it mandatory that all of this is done online. This was years and years and years ago. And it was, you know, I remember the company that I worked for at the time saying, like, you know, if you didn't do your I-9s right, you know, it's $10,000 fine per infraction that you did wrong, and all of these things. And then it just kept getting, the ball kept getting kicked down the path, you know, and never implemented. And then years and years later, when I traveled to Costa Rica, I'm like, they're already doing this. They've already got this going, you know, in these other countries. And I really think that it has to do with, you know, they don't have all the crap that we've got going on, and they are the pilot testers. I say that we're the beta testers here, but they've been beta testing this stuff for a while, right? In other countries. I mean, what do you think?
And their technology, just all of it, they're really innovating, you know, and trailblazing, like you said. Like, we're kind of just testing out what they've already put in place. So I think even if you look at some of their cell phones are light years ahead of us, ours, yes. And we're paying much for them. So I think they're really winning in that. And I think that what we can learn from them is to always keep your mind open, to always be, you know, forward thinking and innovating into, like, just like the XRPL, it's just full of innovations, and seeing some of the, just what would be considered just a meme coin, you could say, implementing so many utilities and so many benefits and games and just the cherry on top type things. But I think that that's what makes, you know, crypto special, is that we get a chance to do all that, and it really shows in other markets for sure.